Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dwi Rara Rahmiati and I'm from Group 1. Today I'd like to give a presentation about material in 11th meeting, English Math. Okay, the first that I will give you all presentation is about vocabulary. And the first vocabulary is about equilateral triangle, or in Indonesian you can say segitiga sama sisi. An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the three sides are the same length. Okay, and the second vocabulary is isosceles triangle, or in Indonesian you can say segitiga sama kaki. An isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides that are same length. Okay, next we have scalene triangle, or in Indonesian you can say segitiga sembarang. A scalene triangle is a triangle whose length are not same. Okay, next we have right triangle, or in Indonesian you can say segitiga siku-siku. A right triangle is a triangle in which one of the angle is a right angle. Alright, next we have acute triangle. Acute triangle in Indonesian is segitiga lancip. Acute triangle is a triangle that has three acute angles, meaning that the angles are less than 90 degrees. We move to the next. We have obtuse triangle, or segitiga tumpul. An obtuse triangle is a triangle that has one obtuse angle in the sense that has angle is more than 90 degrees and has two acute angles. Okay, next we have similar. What is similar? Similar is two objects are said to be similar if they have the same shape, or one of them has the same shape as the mirror image of the other. Okay, next we have right angle. A right angle is an angle that measures 90 degrees with respect to one rotation. Okay, next we have acute angle. Acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. Next we have obtuse angle, which is the angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Next I'll explain about the problem of video. Okay, first I want to give you the basic of trigonometry. We can look to the picture. We knew that triangle have two right angles 90 degrees, and side over is 3, and base of the triangle is 4, and hypotenuse is 5. So with theorem Pythagoras, we can do this with 3 to the power of 2 plus 4 to the power of 2 equals 5 to the power of 2. Now we'll learn about trigonometric function, which sin is OBP per hypo, and cos is h per hypo, and tan is OBP per h. Let's say we take the angle theta between the side of the length 4 and side of length 5. This is theta. So sin theta equals 3 per 5, and cos theta equals 4 per 5, and tan theta is equal 3 per 4. Let's say we take the angles theta between side of the length 3 and side of length 5. So this is theta. So sin x equals 4 per 5, and cos x is equal 3 per 5, and tan x is equal 4 per 3. The example 10. The warning of the side of a 25 feet ladder says that the angle it makes with the ground should be no smaller than 40 degrees before it becomes unsafe. To the nearest foot, what is the height along a wall that this ladder makes at such an angle? We can find this with solution. We should label the vertex of a triangle for reference. The side of building is the side opposite at angles we are using, and the ladder is hypotenuse. Therefore, we need to use the sin ratio, and the verbal model is side of 40 degrees equals height along wall and length of ladder. Okay, the alternative using h for height and sinus 40 degrees equals h per 25. Using calculator, sinus 40 degrees equal 0.6428. Therefore, we have h equals 25 times 0.6428 equals 90.07. To the nearest foot, our ladder will reach a height of 19 feet. Okay, move to the example 11. From a point 150 feet from the center of base of a hill, the angles of elevation to the top of the hill is 28 degrees. Around from that point carries people to the top. To the nearest foot, how high is the hill, and how long is the train cable? We know that first, the angle of elevation is angle of the tram cable makes with ground, and 2, the height of hill is measured as the perpendicular axis from its top to the center of its base. Okay, look to the illustration. From the illustration, we have first tan 28 degrees equals BC per AC equal h per 200. Okay, so we have h is equals 106 feet. Next, we can use the cosine ratio since it's the one that involves the adjacent side of the hypotenuse, letting C be the length of the cable. So we have Cos 28 degrees is equal AB per AC equals 200 per C. And then we have 227 feet because we have to make it to the nearest foot. Next, 3. Hypotenuse of triangle. We have AC and we found BC. So C to the power of 2 equals 200 to the power of 2 and plus 106.34 to the power of 2 is equal 308.20. So C is equal to 227 feet to the nearest foot. Next, we have example 12. As observer from the top of lighthouse that is 40 feet tall and stands on a cliff 80 feet above sea level notice a boat offshore. A boat must be warned if they come too close to the cliff because of the rock below the waterline. If the observer notes that the angle of depression is 50 degrees, how far from the cliff is the boat? Okay, the solution is from the question. We know first, height include the cliff. 80 plus 40 equals 120 feet. The angles within the triangle is 40 degrees. So the height of the cliff is adjacent side of the angles, and the distance between the boat and cliff is opposite side. We should use the tan ratio, letting D be the distance. So we have tan 40 degrees equals D per 120. So D equals 120 times tan 40 equals 120 times 0.8391 is equal 101 feet to the nearest foot. Okay. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.